Robbie, welcome to your first experience of a fight week bubble. We know how eager you've been for a date for some time now. Just tell me how good it feels to be here at fight week and knowing you're going to be out back under the lights on Saturday night.
Yeah, like you're saying, I've been thinking I'm fighting and then I haven't, and then I've been thinking I'm fighting and then I haven't, and then now I've got the opportunity to actually feel what the bubble's like because I've seen them on telly a few times. I'm just ready to go now.
You're facing off against Gabriel Valencia. We know that Dom will take care of the intricate preparation and analysing what he's going to bring in this fight, but what do you know about him as a fighter and how dangerous is he?
I know he's on about a 20-fight unbeaten record. I know he can punch a little bit. Just think the people he's flattening though are obviously not the highest of level, but he's still doing a job on them. So I've got to be on my toes and make sure I'm ready for the best version of him.
Do you see this fight as the beginning of an important year in your career? I've heard you mention in recent interviews that you want to box 3 times, have a big fight in the summer and an even bigger one at the end of the year. Is that how you sort of see it?
Yeah, that's definitely, because normally when your first fight of the year, it normally comes around April time, so it like splits the year up and you can only get 2 fights. But where this has come at a good time for me, I feel like I'd have this fight, have a break, go into camp again, have another one, and I could really push on this year if I get the 3 fights in what I'm hoping for.
And to get that IBF ranking title as well and get yourself back in and amongst the top 15, top 10 rankings, that's going to be very important as you move forward, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the goal at the moment, because as you know, with Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez fighting for the unification, and I expect the belts to be vacated, so I'm hoping I can get myself in a good position for when that does happen, and if fingers crossed I'll be able to finally get a shot at a world title.
This will be your first experience boxing behind closed doors. The atmosphere over there at the SSE Arena, Wembley, it's quite eerie in the empty auditorium. Have you been able to speak to other fighters and get some advice of what you can expect when you make your ring walk on Saturday?
No, it's not something I'm really worried about, to be honest. Crowds or no crowds, I always feel like when I get into the ring, I can very, very rarely hear anything. I'm that switched on and that focused on the opponent in front of me. On the other hand, it could be like sparring in our gym, because if we spar in our gym and you're sparring someone good, it becomes like an intense spar and people come in and watch, and there might only be 30, 40 people there, but it's silent and everyone's scrutinising everything that goes on in the spar. So I just feel it'll be the same sort of atmosphere.
If it is that sparring type atmosphere, do you feel that's something that will suit you?
Only time will tell, but I do feel like it. I don't think it'll bother me at all.
I had a chat with Gabriel not that long ago at all. He's here, he's inspired by what we saw this past weekend, of course, with Maurizio Lara, his countryman, coming over and against all odds beating Josh Warrington. I know you take all your opponents very seriously, but that just reaffirming that, you know, every opponent, and there's absolutely no room for complacency when you're fighting anybody.
Yeah, like you won't see any complacency from me. There won't be any excuses of ring rust or anything like that. I'm in great shape and I'm ready to do a job, and I need to do this job to push myself forward to have the year what I'm hoping to have.
He says he's coming for the knockout. He doesn't want to let this go to the judges. I heard you say in an interview that if he comes out for a swing up, that might be something that can suit you. You can use your experience and your boxing ability to pick him off as well if he's just going to be coming forward.
Yeah, if he comes and has a swing up, more fool him, but I'll be ready for anything he brings.
You were talking to Andy Scott as well, and I mentioned it to you as well over message this week, the birth of your baby daughter. Just tell me about how that has impacted your motivation and your mindset in life, and with regards to your boxing career as well.
Yeah, I feel like it's helped me calm down more than anything, and helped me separate my life from boxing and life at home. Like I was saying to Andy, I felt like sometimes I'd be boxing in the gym, boxing, I'd go home and then I'd constantly still be thinking about boxing. Now when I go home, there's no time for that. I just want to spend time with the baby and my missus and help out where and when I can, because when I train up in Sheffield, I don't do the full week like I used to now. If Dom gives me a half day, I'll travel home just to make sure I can be there. And even like now, I feel like I haven't been able to help out as much as I am. My missus has proper took the reins for me, but I feel like once I get this fight out the way, get the win, and then I can go home and I can spend even more time with them. It's just like, it's like added fuel to the fire, because I'm not just doing it for myself anymore. I'm thinking if I can get up there this year, I could not only change my own life, I could change his as well.
We know how hard you've been working up in Sheffield. You had your first fight under Dom in March, which I believe was our last show before the coronavirus pandemic really took hold of the sporting world. Are you looking forward to getting out there and showing more of those improvements that you've been putting on the gym behind the scenes?
See, like with that one, it wasn't like showed any improvements. It was just, we got the opportunity to fight. I'd literally been in the gym with Dom 6 weeks or 7 weeks, and it was like I'd just walked in the gym off the couch. I wasn't like ticking over in a little bit of shape. So we were basically just getting me fit and then making sure I could listen to what Dom was saying in the corner. That was the only things we could really take from that, and go through the whole routine of how Dominic and the rest of the team go through fight week procedure. So we took some benefits from it, but like everyone expects, like, oh, you join the Ingle gym, you're automatically going to take the style of an Ingle gym fighter. But with myself, Dom's just took like what he thinks is best for me and what are my best attributes, and I think we've worked on them over the last few months now. And being in the pandemic, rather than just staying away and coming back up there when I have a fight in line, I've stayed up there as much as I can, constantly drilling everything, and I feel like it's going to benefit me this time round.
Just finally, in your own words, if you can break it down for us, how you see yourself winning this fight and taking that belt home to Sheffield as well, and to Liverpool, and winning in style.
The heat's going to be on from the first round, and I'm going to take him out.